Villains who were forced into evil. Here's a detailed breakdown of villains who were forced into evil, exploring their circumstances, motivations, and how external factors pushed them into becoming antagonists. Sasuke Uchiha, Naruto Shippuden. Why he was forced into evil. Sasuke's descent into darkness is rooted in the trauma of witnessing his entire clan massacred by his older brother, Itachi. Consumed by a desire for revenge, Sasuke becomes increasingly isolated and willing to do anything to gain power, even aligning with dangerous forces like Orochimaru, and later the Akatsuki. Sasuke's decision to abandon Konoha and seek power from Orochimaru marks his turn to the dark side. His actions are driven by a need to avenge his clan, but his methods become increasingly ruthless and morally questionable. Why we feel for him. Sasuke's story is one of tragedy and manipulation. He was a victim of his brother's actions and the hidden politics of the ninja world, which forced him into a path of vengeance and isolation. Eren Yeager, Attack on Titan. Why he was forced into evil. Eren starts as a passionate hero, fighting for humanity's survival. But the revelations about the Titans, the Eldians, and the world's hatred for his people push him to extreme measures. His desire to protect his friends and ensure Eldia's survival leads him to initiate the Rumbling, a genocidal plan to wipe out the rest of the world. Eren's transformation into a villain is solidified when he declares, "If I take away the world's freedom, I can take away its ability to threaten us." His actions are driven by a sense of inevitability and despair, believing there's no other way to save his people. Why we feel for him? Eren's fall is tragic because he genuinely wanted to protect his loved ones, but was pushed into becoming a monster by the cruel realities of his world. His internal conflict and ultimate sacrifice make him a deeply sympathetic character. Gaara Naruto. Why he was forced into evil? Gaara's early life is marked by isolation and abuse. Born as the host of the one-tailed Shukaku, he was feared and hated by his village, including his own father, who tried to assassinate him multiple times. This trauma turned Gaara into a ruthless and emotionless killer. Gaara's transformation begins when he fights Naruto, who shares a similar background but chose a different path. Naruto's empathy and determination to save Gaara help him break free from his cycle of hatred. Why we feel for him? Gaara's villainy was a direct result of the cruelty and neglect he endured as a child. His redemption arc shows that he was never inherently evil, but was shaped by the pain inflicted upon him. Lelouch Lamperouge, code Geass. Why he was forced into evil. Lelouch starts as a revolutionary fighting against the oppressive Holy Britannian Empire, but his methods become increasingly ruthless as he gains the power of Geass. His desire to create a better world for his sister, Nunnally, leads him to make morally questionable decisions, including manipulating and sacrificing others. Lelouch's decision to become the Demon Emperor and take all the world's hatred upon himself is the culmination of his forced descent into villainy. He sacrifices his own reputation and life to achieve peace. Why we feel for him? Lelouch's actions are driven by a noble goal, but the weight of his responsibilities and the sacrifices he must make force him into a role where he is seen as a villain. His ultimate sacrifice redeems him, but his journey is filled with pain and moral ambiguity. Stain, My Hero Academia. Why he was forced into evil. Stain's extreme ideology stems from his disillusionment with hero society. He believes that most heroes are corrupt and self-serving, and his traumatic past including the death of a true hero he admired, pushes him to take violent action to purge society of fake heroes. Stain's speech during his fight with Deku, Ida, and Todoroki reveals his deep conviction and the pain behind his actions. He genuinely believes he is saving society, even if his methods are brutal. Why we feel for him. Stain's motivations are rooted in a desire for justice and a better world, but his methods are extreme. His backstory and genuine belief in his cause make him a tragic figure who was pushed into villainy by his disillusionment with society. These villains were not born evil, but were shaped by their circumstances, trauma, and the world around them. Their stories highlight how external forces such as loss, betrayal, and societal injustice can push even well-intentioned individuals into darkness. While their actions are often unforgivable, their motivations and struggles make them deeply compelling and sympathetic characters. They remind us that the line between hero and villain is often blurred, and that understanding the root of evil is just as important as fighting it.